The artwork looks like something like that Kirby did, almost.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
So, surprise, surprise. Disney's buying Fox, and now we've got good X-Men and Fantastic Four
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
That's a big
Right.
shocker.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Blockhead Printing. Check out these guys for all your custom nerdy shirt printing. Cons, parties, or gaming clubs, this is a full-service, badass screen printing company. Check out blockheadprinting.com.
This week, we got full spoilers on Monster Hunter World. Omnisek joins the show. And news of the week, we got Persona Dance, Fox and MCU, Red Dead 2, Bendis at DC, and Ant-Man 2. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Comically Gaming, episode 90.
What up?
Nearly chilly.
Corey, how's your week?
It was alright. I beat Celeste.
Nice.
Which
I just got it.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. One of the best games I've played in years, I'd say.
Wow. What's the score on that?
I mean, I was thinking about it, and I think it's a 10 out of 10. Like I would. I mean, like I don't know if I would, since we don't do 0.5s. Like I would give it a 9.5, but
We don't do 0.5.
it's like I can't say it's the perfect game, but it's close to perfect. I mean, it's great.
Not a 9.
I mean, I couldn't tell you anything that was bad about it. I mean, the music was great, the gameplay was great, the story is great, the characters are great. I mean, everything about it was just awesome.
I wanted to ask you real quick, because I just got it. It seems like it's like a mechanics-based sort of platformer, right? But does it expand outside of that, just like tricks on how you go through a level sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, what level are you on?
I just started it. I mean, I'm at the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, just wait till you get to this. I mean, it's all, I don't know. I mean, it's all just jumping and grabbing ledges and like double jumps, but it gets insane. And there's different things at different levels that you have to use to get around the levels. Like, it's not really like the things you do with your character are the same, but the way you interact with the different objects in each level make each one totally different. But yeah, it's really, really great. Can't recommend it enough. I think it took me 9 hours to beat, which is a little longer than average. It said 7 hours online, and that took me 9. So, but I did do some extra stuff. That's like for the main story, and I did do some side stuff. So I think I was decent at it. But but yeah.
Like the people that are putting in their times into those websites are like lying a little bit to make themselves feel better too. Because I'm always like a few hours longer than what they say.
Yeah, for sure. So, but really, really great game. I mean, it's on every system. Definitely get it. I mean, I got it on Switch. I got it on Switch, like thinking it'd be a good portable game, and it's not. I wish I got it on PS4 just so I could have got some trophies for it. But yeah, awesome. And then I've been playing a bunch of Doom, trying to get that done. And I'm over halfway through it. That game's fucking intense. It's tough. Like, it's hard for me because I get home after work all tired and stuff, and like I like playing like a chill game or something. But Doom, I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. But like I force myself to play a level and then sit down and chill out. But it is really great. It's weird, that kind of game. I mean, there's not a scope. It's just run and gun the whole time. You know, it's a different kind of shooter for sure. But it's really good.
Yeah, I love it. The Bethesda coming at us with the Wolfenstein Doom 1-2 combo has been so awesome. I mean, it reinvigorated me for single-player first-person shooters.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, so awesome. Really great. And then comics, I just read the 2 newest Batman books, which were really awesome. The last one was with him and Wonder Woman. It's really good stuff. And then TV, I started watching that Altered Carbon show on Netflix.
How's that?
How's that?
It's really good. I like it so far. I think I'm 4 episodes in. I'm really digging it. It's, like futuristic kind of, I guess, kind of crime story, like
Blade Runner feel.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, there's AI in it and stuff, and the whole premise is like people don't really die anymore. Like you have, everybody has like these discs. Like this is spoilers, but not really. Like you find this out in the first 5 minutes. It's like the whole premise of the show is like your whole consciousness is stored on a disc that you keep in your spine, and in human bodies are like called sleeves, and so you're killed in your body and stuff, but then you can put your little disc in a different sleeve, a different body, and your consciousness goes over to the next body, and then it's this whole story about this guy, and but I don't want to get too into it, but it's good. Definitely check it out.
Good.
That's it. That's my week. Cool. Oh wait, Mario plus Rabbids. I've been playing that a lot. That's pretty good too.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. Sweet. I didn't do too much. I read X-Men Grand Design 1, which I have to say, I've been slamming X-Men or X products a lot in recent years because I just haven't really enjoyed them. But this is full-blown awesome. I would highly recommend anybody that's an old-school X-Men fan to just go back to read this for sure.
What is it? It's a new book?
Yeah, X-Men Grand Design. It's sort of it's about the history of the X-Men. They go through it, but they fill in a lot of details. It's almost like a timeline of their history, but it kind of organizes it better than, probably what's in my head or and it's done in a very old school style, but the dialogue is pretty fresh and awesome. The artwork looks like something like that Kirby did almost.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
So, surprise.
Current story?
Disney's buying Fox, and now we've got good X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big shock.
Imagine that. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's so true. Yeah. I read Wonder Woman Conan the Barbarian crossover number 2, which continues to be awesome. And then I got this Killer Be Killed Volume 2.
You said that last week.
Yeah, Volume 1 was last week. I got Volume 2 this week. This book kicks ass. I don't know how to say it. Still awesome. Nominated for 4 Eisner Awards in last year.
Nice.
Super violent and great.
Nice.
Shouldn't say that in the same sentence, but in terms of games, I got Celeste. I touched it for like 5 minutes because this week I finally fell in love with The Last of Us.
Yeah,
finally, yeah.
Nice.
I cannot wait to have The Last of Us spoiler show.
It took me, but without going into detail, it really, the college scene is when it hit for me. When I got to that college and everything that happened in there, I was like, holy crap. Yeah.
But you're in now. You're on the roller coaster.
I am in, yeah. I mean, I had to, Friday night, I stayed up until 1:45, and I was, jacked playing it, and I just went to bed because I had to, because of the next day I had stuff to do. Otherwise, I would have kept going. I would have just closed it out that night. Yeah, and then let's see, TV. We started.
Sorry,
my wife and I.
Can I interrupt 1 second, Dirk?
Yeah.
The DLC is must play as soon as you're done. It's only 2 hours long. Just consider that a part of the whole thing too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Left Behind, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll totally do it. In terms of TV, not much. We started Fargo season 3. Watch the first episode of that. That's really good. And then this is very boring, but it's actually really good. The John Adams miniseries on HBO with Paul Giamatti is fantastic.
Cool.
And then the big news of the week for me is the D&D release. It's coming out in is it April or May? Mordenkainen's Book of Foes.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
For my D&D vets out there, Mordenkainen is the most famous wizard in D&D from Greyhawk. I think this is going to be a release of, supposedly they're releasing the details tomorrow, but it's going to be about the multiverse. I don't know beyond that what that means, but they're going to get into the multiverse in D&D, and there's going to be a ton of new monsters, I think, added to it. So
Can't wait.
yeah.
Awesome.
Bring it.
Yeah. So that was my week.
Nice.
Oh, wow. I didn't do much. It was busy a week, so I played some Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Corey really digging that.
Monster Hunter.
I know.
Oh, yeah, I played that.
Oh, yeah, I played
that.
And, after playing the beta, I wasn't too sure on it, but now playing the full version of the game, it's
a
lot of fun.
We're going to do full spoilers combo at the end. Yep.
And then I beat that Kirby Returns to Dreamland with my son. It was good.
All right, good enough. That's like a top-notch Nintendo review out of Jeff's mouth.
Grueling response there.
It was. I mean, when we got to the final stage and I'm doing the boss battles and my son's just going crazy. He's sitting there, Fury Cutter. I don't know what he was saying.
So
he taught me a lot about the game, and he had to go fight that stupid dragon.
That's what Jeff. I mean, that's why I wanted to send it to you. Real talk here for the parents out there in the world that are into games. It's an awesome game to play with your kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like just top
father-son
high
connection.
quality. Super fun, yeah. Together, it's not too hard for them, and
No.
It's easy as a grown up who plays a lot of games. But it's also you can tell you're playing a high quality game, right?
Oh yeah. It was a lot of it was fun.
A lot. You said a lot of fun.
Yeah, I heard it.
And then I got a wild hair, and I bought Alien Isolation for my PlayStation and started playing that again.
Nice.
And that is a good game. I like it, actually. I think it looks a lot better on the PlayStation 4 than it does on the Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. It's cleaner. It's just cleaner, I think. It's fun. I'm further now within a couple hours of playing it than I was on my Xbox, so that tells you how much I really cared about playing on my Xbox.
Right.
I did turn off the noise meter, though, so that your ambient noise in your house doesn't alert the alien where you're at.
Yeah. Because the fucking dogs here.
Yeah, and cats and kids, and yeah, it just ends well. And then last night I watched that movie, It. The Stephen King.
Yeah.
That was actually really good. Yeah, it was really good. I'm not that big into horror movies, but
Not new horror.
I was impressed. It was a really good movie. There's a lot of 80s callbacks and a lot of like nods to Wes Craven and Richard Donner, and
That's what I've heard.
yeah, it was really good. And a lot of the characters, it took a while, but if you watch it, you'll figure it out who they represent. A couple of the kids who they actually represent throughout the 80s genre of not just horror movies, but just 80s pop culture in general.
Sure.
And I didn't read any comic books, but I'll make up for it. Well, I'm already ready for next week.
Maestros.
Yeah, I have
I saw that Maestros. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's it.
All right, cool. Well, I'll keep the Stephen King train rolling with we watched a documentary for what I think is probably my favorite movie of all time. Not this documentary, but the movie that it's about. Documentary is called Room 237.
About The Shining.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to say, I hated the documentary. It got like 96% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, and I thought it was really not very good. They had like 5 different people who were talking about like their theories about what Kubrick was trying to subliminally put into the backgrounds of the movie.
Oh, they're psychoanalyzing it.
Yeah, and there was some interesting stuff, but most of it was like, no, you're grasping at straws here with the stuff that these people were saying. I did enjoy the. It was the first time I had always heard about the conspiracy theories about Kubrick faking the Apollo moon landing, and and one of the people there went really deep on like everything that's in The Shining that points to that, and there's a lot. Like if he didn't fake it, then he's faking it by all the stuff that he put in that movie, and I definitely did not notice it before, so it was fun to watch just for that sake, but the rest of it in general, it was like I figured it was a waste of time. The movie that I watched 2 movies. So I've been sick. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, could not fall back asleep, and I went out to the couch and turned on the TV, and what was on the TV was I hadn't watched it in a while. It's the greatest musical of all time.
Picture Wagon?
Nope. It's also Carrie Fisher's second best role that she's gotten in anything.
Greatest and musical don't fit in the same sentence.
In this case, they do.
What?
What?
The Blues Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how Belushi went to James Brown, Cab Calloway, John Lee Hooker, Ray Charles, and said, "We're going to make this goofy-ass movie. Will you be in it?" And they all said
John
yes.
Lee Hooker's in that?
Yeah, and
wow.
Aretha Franklin, like, I mean, it's just scene after scene after scene. It's just like, damn, this is so awesome. And then at the end, you got Nazis and Hot Wheel cars flying over the Sears Tower and stuff. Like, so awesome. Just really, really great movie. And then last weekend, we watched Get Out. Anybody see Get Out yet?
Still have not seen it.
Definitely worthwhile.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't go down it's not a 10 out of 10 for me. It's probably 8 out of 10. But definitely it's interesting. I would love to have a spoiler conversation with you guys about it, because it goes some places that no movie ever has. That's for sure.
Oh, nice. That's what I've heard. I've heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. As far as TV goes, almost done with Wormwood. Finished watching Castlevania for the second time. Liked it more the second time. Still too short. In video games this week, Monster Hunter World, which we're going to talk about at the end. Still knocking out Plague of Shadows. I bet you by this time next week I'm done with the Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. I think I have like 4 levels left to go. And then with comics, we got back into Saga. Read chapters 24 and 25. It's actually at a spot right now that I'm not super happy with, but I can't really talk about what it is or what.
Why?
I can't talk about it. Let's talk about it after the show.
Yeah, or the spoiler police will just rain holy hell.
I definitely don't want to get
right.
For sure.
No leniency. Spoilers.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. That's the week.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey's is my favorite. Yeah.
News of the week.
News of the week.
Number 5. Persona Dancing Star Night. New Persona dancing games. Got a new trailer.
So I'm so fucking happy, Corey, for you that Persona 4 Dancing All Night is going to be on PS4. That's the big news out of all this. That game is so great, so much fun to go back to the crew, and you finally get to play it. So, and then there's going to be a 3-pack. It's going to be Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And from what I played in Persona 4 Dancing All Night, there's way more just Persona story than there is dancing games. Like, I'll do rhythm dancing for like 2 minutes, and then it's 45 minutes of straight up story. The old crew getting back used to them. Like, just.
What do you mean by dancing?
Have you ever played any of the dancing games?
No,
anything ever?
Is it like Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah, I played in the arcade.
Rapper the Rapper?
Yeah,
that was
Rapper,
pretty bad.
Yeah, or even Guitar
That's a Nintendo
Hero.
game. Oh, okay.
Rapper the Rapper is not a Nintendo game.
PlayStation.
I thought it was.
No, it's
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Original
Was it?
PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like you've got things coming down the screen. You tap the buttons in rhythm, as it goes on.
Oh, okay.
You do different
I got
combos
you.
and stuff like that. But it's to the songs that are in the games, in remixes of them and stuff too, which from playing Persona 5, Dirk. There's awesome fucking music, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I would dance to that.
Yeah, it's great. Really, really great. I'm totally stoked for the 3-pack Persona dancing games.
Yeah, it's awesome. I get them all.
I'll try it.
Number 4. According to Kevin Feige, Fantastic Four and X-Men won't join the MCU anytime soon.
Like 2020, at least. The earliest. Yeah. Unless he's like tricking us and saying that, and then he drops like a hot cameo.
I can sort of see them. I can sort of see them holding off. They just acquired those two, the Fox merger, and I could see that. I could see them holding off because they need to revisit it and look at it and start fleshing out a way to revitalize and save them.
But we're right at the start of Phase
2020.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that long. Like,
it's not. It's 2 years.
It takes them a couple years to make a movie anyways.
Look, I think this is good because this means that they plan everything out. Their structure is very important. And they looking at the long game. This has worked for them up to this point. They don't want to rush anything and put out a half-hearted... Yeah, exactly. So I would prefer them to wait and get it right than just throwing something out there.
Yeah, sure.
I would prefer them to put the fucking X-Men in the next Avengers movie. That's what I would prefer.
Yeah, you throw a couple scenes in, I'd be happy. Yeah.
Do a good Gambit, and I'll forgive everything. How about that?
Number 3. Surprise, surprise, Red Dead's delayed.
No surprise.
It's not a surprise.
I bet you shots.
I bet you it's going to get pushed back until November to lead that pack of the November releases.
I bet you it gets pushed into 2019.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's painful.
Hot take.
I mean, the thing is, like, delays are a good thing in games, right? Especially with a company like Rockstar. They take all the time you want. Make that game fucking awesome when it comes out.
Yeah, delays way better than a game being rushed out to meet a deadline.
And then deal with DLC all day long and
I want Red Dead 2 to be my favorite game of all time when it comes out, right? I want us to be having a conversation about how it's better than The Witcher 3.
I want some online Western action. So, yeah.
I don't want online.
No, if it was like just my friends, I think that would be awesome.
Have you played Grand Theft Auto online?
I know.
That's the last thing I want out of Red Dead.
Right.
And that's what it would be like.
Yeah.
If I'm getting killed, nonstop. Yeah, that would
be
like
if it was Red Dead, just the regular missions and out there lassoing horses, except with my friends on other horses with lassos and stuff.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's what I had in mind.
I have a feeling that's not from playing Grand Theft Auto Online. That's not what it'll be like. And the problem with Grand Theft Auto Online is like all MMOs is you're in town and people are hopping all over the place and teabagging each other and stuff like that. It makes the world more fantasy and less convincing, right? I want this to be a serious Western world,
Right.
But you're right, Corey. If they pulled that off, I'd be into it. But I don't think that's what makes money, right? And they know it.
Yeah.
They've made billions of dollars on Grand Theft Auto Online. And so they're going to put that into this game.
So much new content, man. God.
Yeah, I just hope it's endgame stuff, right? That the main game's great. And that's all I care about.
Yeah, right.
Number 2. Bendis is taking over Superman.
Yay.
That's awesome.
So we talked about it before, but I guess it wasn't official.
Well, they broke down exactly what he's doing. He's taken over the 2 titles. He's taken over the Action Comics and Superman, and he's doing a limited Man of Steel series that's gonna introduce some big events, and goes back into Superman's history a little bit, and introduces a new villain, I guess, from that.
Jewish roots or something. I don't even know.
Oh, maybe they.
I just saw some random article about that online.
I don't know if that has. I guess his Smallville history, but I know he's going into the Krypton history too and playing with it a little bit. But I'm more excited about he's going to get his own imprint.
Yeah.
In DC.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which could be really awesome.
You're right, but
yeah.
I feel like this is the first time in my life that I've looked forward to Superman.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
It's always been Batman, right? With DC, it's always been what's Batman doing.
Yeah.
And
right.
For the first time ever, I care about Superman.
Yeah, I've always wanted to like Superman.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't backfire and it's like the character of Superman overtakes how good Bendis can be at times. You know what I'm saying? Like, Superman can really suck if, like, and you can have really good writers writing Superman and it's still bad because of Superman.
Yeah.
I just hope that doesn't happen.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Number 1.
Dude.
Movie news. Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. Solo commercial. Trailer tomorrow. And the Avengers commercial.
So,
well, by the
we've
time this
always
is
tried
released,
full spoilers on trailers.
Yeah.
So Jeff won't get carded. Let's talk about these one at a time, right? First of all, let's talk about Ant-Man and Wasp. That came out almost a week ago now.
Yeah, but it looks super awesome. And the first one was really good, and I'm glad that they brought back everybody that played Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly. Sorry. I'm glad they're bringing those back. They're really good about keeping the same actor for those characters.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I feel like, to be honest, I felt like all the humor was pretty cringy in the trailer itself. None of it. There wasn't a single joke that I thought was funny in it, and that's key to Ant-Man, right? So
It is.
I'm hoping that's just. I don't know. It's one of those movies that I feel like I'll really enjoy. I really enjoyed the first one, definitely.
Yeah.
And until, like I say, just the actual jokes I didn't like so much. As soon as I saw the Hello Kitty Pez dispenser, that's I was like, okay, awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shrinking that whole building into a suitcase and we'll have Giant Man in it since he wasn't even in the first one. He debuted in the Civil War. So yeah, I think it looks awesome. The Wasp looks sweet. They gave
her wings and blasters.
Cool, yeah, she got the her running along that knife scene was sweet. It looks great. I mean, I didn't really think it was very funny either, but it looked badass.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, definitely. And it's cool. Like, it's definitely, it's a good point. Like, he was just like a criminal jokester, right? And she was like a badass who's trained her whole life. So yeah, give her blasters and wings, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, for real. So, yeah,
cool.
Can't wait.
Then, can we talk Avengers next?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
We got Cap as Shield.
So, what's the thing on Cap's hand? Is that the shield?
That's what they're saying online. That's what people are talking about.
It's so small.
I don't.
Wakandan-made shield.
Yeah, it's weird looking. Right?
That makes sense.
He said, "Someone get this man a shield" in the last one, and then this one he has the shield from Wakanda.
Yeah, it's just so teeny. I'm intrigued.
Not the size that matters.
So you also have Spider-Man without his mask hanging out, right? So clearly not caring, at least if the superheroes know who he is.
Yeah, who he is.
You know, but really weird to see him so much without his mask.
Yeah.
And then the one other thing me and Jeff were talking about, there's a scene where you've got Doctor Strange doing his magic thing, and then Tony comes through it with his blaster.
Yeah.
So, like, what's going on there, right?
Is it, like, amplifying, or is it shield?
Yeah, right.
That's the technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff that could make this movie awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Looks fucking sweet.
Now we're just waiting for that.
I know.
And then Solo.
Man,
I'm
you know,
excited.
I had a feeling. I'm sorry. I had a little bit of a feeling that it would look good. I'm not saying it's going to be good, but that it would look good.
It looked very Rogue One-ish.
Just good.
So
Yes.
I like that feeling.
Yeah.
I think that, and Nate said this, that both Han and Lando do not look like Billy D. Williams or Harrison Ford at all.
Right.
But it's kind of good. It's like it's young versions of them.
It is.
So,
but
it doesn't look like young versions of either of them.
No.
Think.
But I mean, just like the clothes that Lando was wearing, right?
Well, you knew it was Lando. I mean, just because you know he's in this movie, and you know who Han was.
The only reason I knew he was Lando is because I knew Donald Glover was playing Lando.
I would have never guessed that was Lando if I didn't know that. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Well, then who's the chick?
That's a question, right?
Chick.
Yeah.
She's up in there. She's Daenerys.
Targaryen. Yep.
Targaryen. I don't know how that crossover will happen, but it'll be awesome. No, it'll be stupid. I will say he nailed the voice.
He did.
Right? Like when you hear the voice, it sounds like Harrison Ford, to be honest.
It does.
And that's what won me over. Like I've said, anybody who's watched Comically Gaming has said, this is the movie that I'm nervous about. I've liked all the Star Wars movies, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why Han Solo without Harrison Ford does not make sense to me. And as soon as I heard, like I say, those first couple scenes, it definitely has a Rogue One feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started talking, and I was like, okay, I guess this is fucking awesome.
Well, I like how the... Go ahead.
I'll shut up after this, but I was going to say, the whole deal, the 20 seconds that it was or whatever, had won me over to the point where when they showed his face and it really didn't look like Han Solo, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, bring it. Like by the time they got to that point. So and then they showed Chewie put his arm around him. So I'm in. Cool. I'm in now. I went from being totally not in to bring it.
Well, and then I showed the interior of the Millennium Falcon, and it's all clean and brand new, like shiny, and it's like, wow, okay. I can be down with that.
Yeah. That I was like, is this an Imperial like hallway or something?
I'm
like, no, that's the Falcon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Iconic.
Sweet.
All right.
So
don't have to wait too long.
No, we don't.
When's it up?
It's in May.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. So
awesome.
So in full trailer tomorrow, which is going to be yesterday when this show comes out, right? So next week we'll talk a lot more about Solo, and
time warp.
Yeah, and that'll be our question of the week for this week. Is what did you guys think of the Han Solo trailer?
Oh, nice lead in there, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, bravo.
Okay, everybody. I've been waiting for this segment for a really long time. Omnisek's joining Comically Gaming.
Yeah.
Omni has been a really great supporter of us since day one. When me and Corey started doing this back 90 episodes ago, Omni was pretty fresh into what he was doing. I forget, we were off by a couple months or whatnot from when we started, and it's been really fun to kind of watch each other grow and follow each other, as this whole process has went on. So yeah, Omni's on YouTube. A lot of Pokemon Go, right, and then some other kind of random things as they go as well. But just really what has always kind of drawn me to Omnisek stuff and to his channel and all of his live streams and everything is just what a great job you do with your community, with kind of making everybody included. I pop in and say hi, and then it's like 10 minutes of, games, comics, and culture. Everybody go check them out. Like, I love it. Yeah, it's really cool. So really happy to have you on. Do you want to just take a moment and tell everybody what you do? The people who watch our show who maybe know nothing about you, just kind of summarize it or whatnot.
Sure, no problem. Basically, I'm a streamer. I started out as a variety streamer, and then I just got stuck on Pokemon Go. But For the most part, you know, I do a lot of Pokemon Go streams. I do some vloggings, and then, like he said, you know, just a little some random stuff. I do VR. I enjoy VR content thoroughly. And any hot, you know, I came from first-person shooter like CODs and stuff, so you'll see some of those clips on my channel. But also, I got into collecting Pokemon Go. I mean, not Pokemon Go, but Pokemon cards. So nice. I do a lot of unboxings, so mainly unboxings, and right now I got my hands on some like exotic Japanese packs, so I'm like really getting into it. I do the whole glove thing and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Like Ready Player One.
I watched a few of those, and I got a 9-year-old who's into all kinds of card collecting games as well. So yeah, we have some fun time watching some of those videos.
Nice. Very, very cool hobby to get into too. You know, and you may post something that's worth something, so you might get something out of, you know, some cash out of your efforts. But also like the viewers, they were like, put the gloves on, you know. So I was like, all right, let's put them on. We did it. But if you like a lot of banter, you know, good vibes, definitely a community that's interactive with each other, come by the channel, show me some love. I always show love to everybody back. I'm very open like that. You know, willing to do collabs with anybody. You know, I'm a growing channel, so definitely like to show some love. I'm not too like, you know, when it comes to that, you know, because a lot of people, it's hard sometimes to get into people's circles and stuff. You know, I know for a fact because, you know, I'm always out there moving, Twitter, you know, and all the spaces you see me. But for the most part, yeah, you know, very cool channel, very chill community. You can check me out on YouTube as Omnisek, on Twitter, and the hashtag OmniSquad. If you throw that up, you're sure to get some love. People recognize it. And super stoked to be here, man. Exactly like he was saying. Like, I know it was like, you know, small. It's nice to see channels grow. That's a beautiful thing. That's what we're all about, man.
Right.
That's sweet, man. Well, I wanted to ask you just, I know, like you said, you're big on Pokemon Go, and I don't know if this connects to that or what, but are you looking for that Harry Potter game? It's the same people that are putting that out, right?
Oh, that's nice you mentioned that. Yeah, absolutely. Same company. A lot of the community have actually expressed about that game as soon as there was like a little bit of hint of news. So it was surprising to me, a lot of the reactions. So I may touch on it on the channel. I'd be silly not to. You know, but originally I followed up with some of the Harry Potter, not all of them. You know, I am into the whole genre of it, but I just haven't gotten too deep into it. I would definitely be willing to try that out. Definitely.
Gotcha. I was just curious to see if you were gonna at least try it, or if it was if you were just completely on Pokemon Go by itself. But,
no, I see a lot of people hating on it too, and I'm like, you'd be silly not to at least give it a shot and see what it's going.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of that game Draconius that came out.
No, I haven't heard of it.
I mean, some people were saying it was just like a copy of Pokemon Go. You know, it was just Pokemon Go with different kind of creatures and all this, and they were ripping them up and everything. But that game turned out to be very well. It has its own little cool things about it. It actually had PvP, which Pokemon Go is lacking, and the whole community wants it. You know, it's a Pokemon. I don't know if you guys ever played Pokemon, but like, you know, you look forward to battling your friend. You know what I mean? That's a key thing. But Pokemon Go is lacking that. You know, and they had it. Draconius had it. So I give it up. You know, people may do, you know, things better than others. So definitely always I'm to checking out things. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So you mentioned playing the actual Pokemon game. Have you been, obviously you love Pokemon Go, Pokemon cards. Have you been Pokemon fan since day one? As far as Red and Blue, have you always been into Pokemon? Or,
I could tell you a little of the time that I can remember. You know, I definitely had a lot of adulting to do. You know what I mean? I'm in my 30s right now, so I've lived a little bit. You know, but I started out like at the beginning, you know, the original, and then I started not fell off like in the Gen 3. Like then you know, I started like, you know, being interested in other things like girls and events and going out to parties and clubs, you know, and I got into that whole scene for a long time, you know, and then I fell off. But then Pokemon Go kind of brought all that back, you know, so all this is like, I definitely missed stuff, you know, and all the stuff that I missed, I've gotten to start more interest into it. And little by little, I'm starting to get into it, and like all that stuff, like the handheld that I missed. I was thinking about doing streams of that. I see a lot of people doing it, but if I did it, I know I could get emulators on the phone and stuff like that, but I would like to do it in chronological, you know, order.
Yeah.
Like if I did, yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd definitely be cool.
That kind of leads to my other question. Are you planning for the next? You can stream on Switch pretty easily. Are you planning on getting Switch? Maybe streaming the next Pokemon when it comes out?
I would love to get my hands on. Yes. Because I heard the next generation was going to come out on the Switch.
Yeah, then you'll be able to stream on that.
Absolutely cool. So I was gonna say, Omni, me and Corey are of the group of us four. Me and Corey are the ones who were into Pokemon Go pretty big for a while there. I think we have dropped off at this point. I think both of us. I do pop it in every now and then. But to be honest, that does not stop me from checking out your streams all the time. Whenever I get that notification that pops up that says Omni's Live, I pop in there because you make it so much fun and you do such a good job of engaging everybody who comes in there that it's fun to just hang out, even though, whether you have interest in Pokemon Go or not. And
that's awesome. Awesome to hear. That's really, really dope of you to say.
And I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit. Like, what do you think? What's your best advice? Because we get a lot of YouTubers that subscribe to us and follow us, and we go back and forth throughout the week or whatnot. Like, what's your advice to other YouTube and just content creators in general on how to really engage and build community and whatnot? Because clearly you got something going on with it. So what do you think?
All right. So that was like kind of like to how to build a community and how to do like good YouTube content. Is that right? Like a two-part
building community and engaging them. Like
engaging.
When you make the content, you're in the middle of it on the fly. You're bam, 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 just going through with everybody there. And you do a great job.
Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I think that's like one of the things that I always have in the back of my mind. Like, I don't know where I picked that up a long time ago. Like, I watch a lot of other people and get inspiration, but I remember something sticking with me, and that was to always be active in the stream. Don't let dead talk spaces happen in your stream. Like, always be saying, even if they seem a little odd, say them. But always keep it interesting, obviously. Engage your audience. As soon as something is typed out, you pay it attention. Like a lot of people say coming to my stream and they say, at least you pay attention to my chat. There's other people. When you get bigger, it's harder too. So I'm not going to knock the big people. It gets harder. That feed goes real quick, even though if you put slow mode on. But that's my main key. Like, I hate missing anything in the chat. But that was the one thing that stuck in my mind. Always be active. Always say anything. Whatever comes to your mind, you're keeping your audience engaged that whole video, no matter what's happening, because people are going there to watch you. They want to see you, and when you're talking, your personality shines. So that's what it's all about, I think, with that.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. So jumping back to you had mentioned VR gaming. What's your favorite VR game? And then the second part of this is how long did it take you to get used to that motion sickness that comes with VR?
My God. All right. Excellent question. So to answer that one, I never got used to it. I tried it, got motion sickness, and then I couldn't do it again. With me, I just get like a sharp dull headache. And then I get a little nauseous. I know people have actually gotten nauseous and thrown up from it. But me, I get like this sharp. I was trying. It happened in live stream. I was hyping. I was doing one of the driving VR games, and I was taking turns. And after that, in the middle of it, I started getting woozy. I was like, "Oh no, this is not gonna happen." I actually cut it. I didn't even finish it. It's serious. It's serious. I don't know. I heard of also techniques what you could do to actually get rid of the motion sickness, but I haven't invested any time in that. Yeah, and as far as the favorite one, I don't know. There's so many good ones, but I'm gonna say the one that really took my breath, even though you might heard this one before, was the Batman Arkham.
Batman Arkham VR. Yeah.
It only because it was the first feeling I got in VR. I got into the VR world, and you got the spotlight off to the right, shooting the Batman ray, and then there's a oppressive, right in front, you got a big old drop. You're on top of a huge ass building, say the Empire State Building, and I walk up to it, and I look down, and I almost got wheezy. I got wheezy, and I almost tipped over because I got the vertigo from looking at that mode. It was bananas. It really made me feel like I was on top of that building. It was insane.
Oh man,
nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I really love it.
Jeff's the one who's got PSVR between.
Yeah, and I would sit there and play it, and I'd be like, "This is awesome." And it was a driving game where I think it was Gran Turismo, and I kept sitting there doing this, And all of a sudden, I was just like, "Oh, I don't feel so good. I don't want to drive no more." and I had to stop. But then it lasted like 4 hours.
Wow.
Oh, right. Like you weren't gonna finish anytime soon, and you're like, "No."
Yeah, it was. Oh man.
Wow.
And I haven't touched this since, but yeah, I want to check out the Batman Arkham.
Yeah. Everything else, like the ones, because they have ones where you're an actual character and you move. That kind of one you get used to quick. You get little sharps, but the driving is the most intense because it's really throwing your view. Like it's sick. It's really sick.
Nice. Okay. Well, man, it's been really great to finally have you on the show. Again, just do you have anything else? You got anything coming up, or just let people know one more time where they can find you, where they can get your stuff, all that?
Yes, definitely. We got a lot coming up. All right, so I've been actually getting people together on Saturdays in New York. My Pokemon Go plays. The one thing about Pokemon Go is it's out in the world. You meet people, you meet friends, and you got to go out there in the world and interact. So it's a little different than when you're gaming, because that's where I'm coming from. Gaming, you're at your home, you're chill, nobody's bothering you. But so it's another level of interaction too. So it's a good thing. Niantic launched a new community day Pokemon Go event. So they show it, they throw it off once a month, and then they feature a Pokemon. Like last month was a Pikachu, and it was a shiny Pikachu, guys. So if you're a Pokemon player, shiny, super rare. So everybody was freaking out. There was a big showing. We meet at the AKA the Gap at 59th and 60th on 6th. We met right there by Central Park, and there's a lot of other New York Pokemon Go groups that also meet there. So we all just converge. We have different factions. We got the YouTubers, we got the communities over here, the Facebookers and stuff like that, and then people that get attracted to it. But definitely, guys, I have that coming up, so stay tuned for that. And then that it may be like a 24-hour Pokemon Go stream.
Nice.
That's big. That I have big coming up. Other than that, that's the main thing. Just the community day event.
In general, it seems like you're on almost every day. Do you have a set schedule, or is it just whenever you can get it in?
All right. So with my schedule, I like to keep the people guessing, but for the most part, I do like every day one, every day no. Like one day one no. But lately, I switched to see if there's any change because I'm trying to grow. So I said, let me try once a day, every day. Let me see how it goes. Right. For the most part, I've been doing it. I think I missed one day maybe, or I streamed at 1 o'clock or after 12, so it didn't count for that day. But then the other day I streamed really late again.
Sure.
But so for this week I tried that once a day. For the most part, every other day I like to stream.
Great. And then just the one last thing, we do this on YouTube, but we also put out an audio version of this podcast. Spell it out where people can find you one time.
Right, no doubt. You can find me at YouTube at Omnisek, OMNISEK. And that's at YouTube. You can find me all across medias on Twitter and on Instagram as well. OMNISEK.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming, man.
Nice.
We'll do it again sometime.
Thank you so much, Omni.
Amazing time. It's nice to see you guys too. And I watched, man. So I'm a big fan of you guys. I wish you guys the best, man.
Nice.
You guys are awesome people, man. Really appreciate you guys having me on.
Right back at you.
Sure.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right. So we're at that part of the show where we give the love back to those who gave it to us. If you're listening to the audio version of this, please go over to youtube.com/GCandC. Go into the description there, and you're going to find some links to other people's YouTube channels. The reason we do that is that these people subscribed to us this week. They supported Comically Gaming. They supported games, comics, and culture. We want everybody to go out and support them. So go down to the description, click on the links, click subscribe to these people's channels. These are all great channels that we've been able to check out during the week. Let's start it off with that, Martin.
Yeah, and Bill Allen. You all got to check out this guy's channel. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, I checked it out. He does a lot of after-school programs for D&D with kids. I believe he teaches at a school, but really well done. Really well done. He has world-building videos for new and old DMs to just learn different ways, and it's pretty cool.
That's the most fleshed out YouTube community description I think we've ever had, Jeff. Thank you. Meteor hats. I got Meteor hats. That's awesome.
Lee's random vids.
All right, so name of the week, we always do. If you haven't watched before, we pick one of these channels based on nothing other than the name and give out a prestigious award. I think I got to go with
I'm thinking Medio hats.
I'm going Lee's.
I'm going that Martin, actually.
I was thinking that Martin.
Ooh!
Wow.
Congratulations, that Martin, for the prestigious award. Name of the week.
Controversy.
Okay, thanks so much for watching, everybody, or listening. This has been Comically Gaming, episode 90. Really appreciate everybody out there. Throughout the week, you can check out everything we do over at GCandC on our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/GCandC.
You can find us on Twitter at GCandC. This week, 700 followers. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
that
everybody.
was fantastic.
Yep, really appreciate all that support on Twitter.
For sure. And there's always a big thank you for Fred Thomas for our opening music and Xee Reiter for our outstanding logo.
Yep. Thanks so much to both of you, definitely. So we're going to go full spoilers in Monster Hunter this week, Monster Hunter World. Those of you that haven't played it yet, want to go in totally green, we're not too far into the story, so we're not going to spoil too much, but if you want to avoid any type of spoilers, then this is the time to check out. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Comically Gaming episode 90. And just as a heads up, our next spoiler topic next week, we're going to go back to the comic book club. We're going to be discussing The Realm #4. So
yeah.
The Realm's really great, so read up on that before next week.
Super good.
Yep.
All right, so here we go.
Sure.
Into the spoilers. Later, everybody else.
Later.
Thanks.
All right, welcome. We're going full spoilers. Monster Hunter World. Not too much spoilers because none of us are really that far.
Right.
That's for sure.
Jeff's. Who's the farthest? I just got to the second map.
Yeah,
Which
me and Jeff
is-
are equal.
Yeah.
So you guys are just a little past me, I think. So,
We did
What do you
this
mean?
slimy fish roller.
In the
Yeah,
shadows in the
I
swamp.
saw you doing that on the stream. I'm not there yet. I just fought the one big guy
Gotcha.
when we got there, and I went back and talked to the guy from
The commander.
Team 1. No, the guy from...
Oh, Team 1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you so... Why are you not destroying me in playtime?
Playing other games. I'm
Okay.
trying to beat 100 games.
All right. That's cool. So what do you guys think?
I like it. I think once we work out all the bugs and just figuring out how to team up and do the sessions, now that we have the squad, I think it'll be better. And I think that if we're on the same quest, I think that we can run it together, even if we haven't completed it. I really do.
Says we can't. Everything I've read says you can't play the main... Unless everyone's seen the main cutscene, you can't play it together.
Yeah.
What I read is
Go ahead.
you have to go in, watch the cutscene, back out. Everyone has to do that, and then restart the mission, and then you can do it together.
Oh,
Which sounds kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, which is a pain in the ass, right? So it is kind of like obtuse, right? All that stuff. But to be honest, I like that. Like, I feel like I'm learning whole new systems and whatnot, right? Like, it feels like
Yeah.
a new genre to me, which is cool,
yeah.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, it's cool. I think like the main missions are meant, like you said, Nate, they're meant to be your story as a monster hunter. And then basically once you get to the big monster, you can shoot up that flare and call the other hunters in. And then once you're ready to go explore, you call your buddies and
this is the first one. This one that I just did tonight is the first one where I couldn't immediately take what I got from that monster and go craft new gear with it. So there's other things that I need to go back and pieces that I need to get and whatnot. So like that's what I would like to then replay it, you know what I mean, with you guys or whatever to get that set or whatnot.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so yeah, it's cool. I feel like I'm really impressed with the game a lot. I like it way more than I thought I would even.
Yeah.
I just love the whole fantasy / Eastern role-playing game deal. Like the fact that it almost feels like a high fantasy setting, but then there's cats and like these weird monsters that you've never heard. It's not orcs and goblins. It's like these weird like dinosaur looking things and whatnot. And then there's dog, deer,
Hoogie's a pig.
and and the pig
Hoogie's
with the
pig.
sweater and right. Just I just really like the world, right?
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Awesome.
Like it just has such a cool feel to it, and as you walk,
Weird how there's all these different races, and then you're just a human. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
which is interesting. I don't know. I like it a lot better than I thought I would after playing the beta. I was like, meh. But getting more into it, I love the fishing. I loved it when we were doing the fishing.
I haven't done that yet.
That's the best
fun. Me
fishing
and
I've
Oliver
ever done.
Jeff, we're all fishing together.
Yeah.
With the homies, when you could see each other reeling them in, the different catches we get. Like Jeff pulled in this first thing I had seen. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was pretty fun fishing together for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm really digging it too. I really like just hunting, especially going out there, and we really haven't done it much together with you, Nate, but me, Jeff, and Oliver played for a couple hours. And it's just really fun getting together with everybody, hunting the monsters, and it's a good time tracking them down. And we would split up throughout. We were doing tracking missions first thing we had to do was locate the monster. So we'd all just run kind of in opposite directions around the map till one of us found some poop or tracks or whatever, and then call each other over, and then we'd all get there as quick as possible and take them down, then go back and craft, try and make better stuff, and head back out, do it again, grab a quick meal, and it's just good times.
So were you doing that like just in the free play area?
Yeah, we were doing investigations is mainly what we were doing, where you can there's a bunch of them, and they're all basically just hunt this monster, hunt these two monsters within a certain time limit, and the shorter the time limit, the harder the monster, the better reward. Mm-hmm. So we do that, and then after the mission, you can just go back to camp, do some fishing and shit, and then pick another one, go back out. So
yeah, just that whole experience that you just described there, like that's unique, right? And it's not very often that we run across unique experiences in 2018 with video games, Yeah.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, so it's cool. I feel like the old games were just as good. I never had buddies on Nintendo platforms, and Nintendo platforms didn't have good online experiences and whatnot. You know what I mean? To do it. So it's like that whole kind of interaction where we can do that together is what it really pulled me into this one. And I love, like, even just in the hub world, like every day it seems like I come across somebody new who has like 10,000 things that they can do. I'm like, shit, this is super deep. Like I feel like, to be honest, we're gonna be playing this for a long time.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I like Oliver's commentary when we're playing.
What's that?
That's just the way he talks about the monsters and how he had to kill the Puke, and he wanted to, because it looked like a Muppet or something like that.
Yeah, the one holding the rock, he was like, I really felt bad. I hunted him by myself. Like, by the end of it, I just wanted to get it over with, put him out of his misery, because he looked really cute holding the rock.
That's funny. That's funny. So cool, yeah.
Time.
The only other thing that we haven't said is that anybody who watches our show who has Monster Hunter World, Midnight Mashers.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, join the squad.
Yeah, Jeff's still our god. He'll get you the invite.
I will, for sure.
Absolutely. All right, cool. Anybody got anything else?
No.
Yep.
That's it. Monster Hunter, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. In a circle.
All right, guys, that's been Comically Gaming, episode 90.
90.
It was great having Omnisek on the show.
That was awesome.
Great talking to you guys again this week.
Yeah,
can't wait to see the Han Solo trailer tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Later.
Later.